I'm sitting here reading Chaos International from 1993, and I've been reading this very short article in it called Results Mysticism by Steve Wilson. So he starts off talking about pre-chaotic systems, which he sort of defines by incense and robes and chanting, how they were not preoccupied with results. He mentions that Chaos Magick was actually called Results Magick, and he says the problem with the pre-chaotic systems was that they had no clear result in mind, getting awfully excited at the fact that they feel slightly different after an hour and a half of chanting. Whereas according to Wilson, Chaos Magick and Chaos magicians are looking for results, and he brings up the goddess Hathor, who is associated with love and prosperity. He says, in Results mystical work, the ordinary personality is disintegrated by assaulting it from beneath. The part of you that is hungry for Hathor should not be the intellect, but the primal instincts for sex and wealth that are normally diverted into conventional thinking about chat-up lines and interview tactics. Successful blending with Hathor will produce good results in everyday life. Improved finances and sex life. The actual process itself is highly enjoyable. This is not an intellectual pursuit, it is a primal fundamental pursuit. He says, as a primal need, this magical worship of the deity should be anything but gentle. You should howl, you should weep, you should scream, you should tear your clothes and your hair. And he says, let unrequited desire rip through the straitjacket of everyday normal behavior and expect results, demand things of the deity. And if nothing emerges, you should return, curse and berate, threaten them with abandonment. If a Lord thy God can be a jealous God, can he at least have the decency to shower presents on his lover? But it's not all bad for the deity. If the results are coming and if the demands are met, then the relationship should be a deep and personal one. And he talks about establishing an altar for the deity somewhere separate from anything else in your home and filling it with appropriate images and idols of the deity, luxurious cloth, incense, candles, offerings, everything you might expect. He uses the Sanskrit term puja to mean any act that links yourself to the deity and sort of underlines that relationship. As you pass the shrine, you should bow, you should light incense, and anytime you do anything that is relevant to the realms in which that deity sort of works, you should be whispering its name, you should be remembering the images and the iconography of the deity. He says it doesn't mean becoming monotheistic, and even if you're a bit cramped for space, if you haven't enough room for a lot of shrines, use just one and keep relevant cloth, images, etc., assigning particular days or times of day for each deity. And he finishes up by saying, such mystical contact is deeply personal. A good relationship with various deities is enormously rewarding on many levels. It will fill you with joy, zest, and laughter. But please, don't write me any poems about it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.